There really is no standard except for the double standard, as ably demonstrated here by Rosamund Pike from the upcoming The Wheel of Time Amazon TV series, as she explains that it is a feminist fantasy, where the men have to work out, diet, and get sexy so that they can dance for the ladies' amusement. Well, I mean, we've known for a while now that feminism is not about equality or getting rid of sexism, but rather to get them on top so that they can do the sexism against others. Yet, nevertheless, it's nice to see it written out bold in black and white, isn't it? And I do love the justification as well. If Game of Thrones was notorious for female nudity, television's latest fantasy epic may act as a corrective. And you know what? That would be an argument. In fact, I made that very argument just yesterday, where of course anime, which has been used forcefully so, as a medium for wokest nonsense via changing translations or straight up adding in dubs that had nothing to do with the show, has been a common thing for Western translation studios for a while now, again for the simple reason of pushing more wokest nonsense. However, that example right there, Game of Thrones. Now, I watched Game of Thrones, and I seem to remember a fair bit of full-frontal male nudity in that show as well. So, just to, remind myself real quick, I googled it. And, yeah, I'm not going to click any of these. I've already tried. And yes, indeed, there was quite a lot of male buttocks in that show. Not to mention swinging schwangs as well. In fact, if one were to count, I wouldn't be surprised to find a hell of a lot more male ass than female ass. So no, turnabout is not fair play, because what you had was equality. Male nudity and female nudity. But of course, again, that's not what you want, is it? No, that's not what you want at all. Speaking to Radio Times, Pike said, "You see many more naked men than you see naked women, which is quite pleasing, since women have been asked to expose themselves forever and a day, as have men." That's the thing, back in the day we had a beautiful mix of this where both parties were exposing themselves frequently. But now, it's not good enough. Equality is a dirty, filthy, damned word, and we need it all one way, because that's feminism. We've got all the boys frantically dieting and working out hard for their naked scenes, and all the women going out for lovely dinners. This is the thing. This is the beauty of it. And the worst part is too, if this was just a clueless feminist, okay, fair enough, but no, this is one of the main characters in the Wheel of Time, and I want to point out something here. Let me just read this. When I found out that Robert Jordan had been a helicopter gunner in Vietnam, I thought, oh, that's where this big fantasy world originates. That's why he's interested in men who had power and abused it and broke the world, she said. This is one of the main characters in the Amazon TV show. Now, I read The Wheel of Time, not all of it, some of it, it's gotta be damn near 2 decades ago in the school library, and even I, having forgotten 98% of it, know that this is bullshit. The men didn't just destroy the world for shits and giggles, they didn't just abuse their power because they had it, they were fighting literal Satan to banish him from the world, and they were driven mad in the process. They didn't abuse their power, they were literally driven insane by the Dark Lord, and then exterminated by the women. Shit. Again, even the main character can't be bothered to read the original material. That's real promising. Pike said she had received numerous letters from fans of the book, most of them men. Oh, I'm sure. Many of them have said that actually these women in the Wheel of Time were mentors and role models for them growing up, which I thought was very interesting. I think that's very interesting too, because I smell odious bullshit on the horizon. What I remember most vividly from the Wheel of Time is the women, a lot of them, were absolute terrific assholes. Because what the author really had done here was he'd taken a lot of what is perceived as the negativity of male rule and given it a female face. The women are sexist to hell and back. All of the men are either idiots or useless. What was the, woolly head or something like that, I think was the term. A lot of them are, and they are all superior as hell as well. The very key of a matriarchal society, absolute self-important superiority. And no, men abused it, and yeah, these women are absolute role models. How to be a massive douchebag. Well, okay, well, we need role models for all kinds of things, I do suppose, although perhaps not the best one. Amazon is hoping for a hit on the scale of Game of Thrones. Good luck. Here's the thing. This is another little bit of a... something that Amazon and all these studios need to learn at some point. If you want to be the next big thing, you can't be the next Game of Thrones, or the next World of Warcraft, or the next Star Wars. The reason why these things became the big things is because they were their own things. There was something unique, interesting, and fascinating at the time that came out and was like, wow, what the hell is this? Look at this Game of Thrones nonsense. It's got violence, it's got some serious darkness to it, and it's got some dragons, some teasers, and now it's, oh, we're gonna be the next that thing. No, you will have no next big that thing. I also like the thing there, because this is so good. Yay, male sexism, good. We need to humiliate those males. Work out for my pleasure. And then we have a whole song and dance about, oh, it's so terrible. Emilia Clarke was forced to do nude scenes. Oh, this is awful. She cried in the bathroom, don't you understand? Okay, right, fair enough. That's awful. She shouldn't have to do that. So why are you making the men do it now? You know this makes you the monsters, right? You can't be, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Let's do it. No, it kind of sweeps the leg under any moral superiority you may pretend to have. Heavy emphasis on the pretend there. And also as well, I'm going to cry in the bathroom and then I'm going to come back and do the scene and it's going to be completely fine, but it was definitely hard. I don't know if I entirely buy that. Maybe it happened, sure, and if it did, that's awful. I mean, she was apparently sent the script after she accepted the job. I took the job and then they sent me the script and I was reading them and I was like, oh, there's the catch. What? Okay. I guess that's how it works. You do the audition, then you take the job, and then you're informed about what you're supposed to do. Very well. This is the same woman who gave up on wearing the purple contact lenses, because Daenerys Targaryen is supposed to have purple or violetish eyes, because they were too uncomfortable. But she totally, buckled down and did the nude scenes, no problem. Alright, well, sure, absolutely. Her co-star Karin van Hoyt, who played Melisandre, has said that the Me Too movement had made her reevaluate her career, including Game of Thrones. In retrospect, I thought, why did that scene have to be nude? What was that normal? I did question things, she said that the times have changed in many ways. She also said that later series of Game of Thrones cut down on female nudity, which showed that you don't need it. Ah yes, the later Game of Thrones seasons, still successes, one and all. Probably not entirely due to the lack of female nudity, mind you, but to hold those piles of shit up as proof that, oh no, this works way better. You do you, I do suppose. And again, let me reiterate as well. Game of Thrones had tons of nudity for both sides continuously because that was the kind of universe it was. It's supposed to be about the sleazy underbelly of power, the dirty nature of the fantasy universe. It's supposed to be gritty, dark, a little bit abusive even. It's supposed to show you the gleaming heroes at their absolute worst, and hopefully also show them rising up from that as well. Like Tyrion Lannister, for example. His journey is really quite interesting, where he goes from being an absolute whoremongering know-it-all that isn't really interested in doing anything, at the bottom of the barrel and he knows it, doing nothing except trying to be as awful as possible, rising to a real authority figure and a respected individual. Same for Jaime Lannister as well. His evolution was really quite well done. He's one of the few characters in the TV series that I actually thought had a really cool evolutionary narrative. Then of course there's Jon Snow, whose evolution is, I came back from the dead. Alright, very well. This is probably going to be an absolute ghost roast, however. Already we can see the main character doesn't understand the universe, and probably because of her political leanings as well. Oh, it was just the men who abused their power. Oh yes, let's ignore the Dark Lord Satan over yonder. Let's just sweep him under the carpet, shall we? Oh, they were driven mad. No, it's fine. Ignore that. They just got a little bit cranky one day and decided to usher in, what, 300 years of mass genocide? Not to mention as well, this costs $10 million per episode, and let me just show you this promotional picture here. Does this look like $10 million per episode? To me, this looks like a goddamn LARP, and a poor one as well. Look at these peasants. Like, high nobility. Like, whoa, okay. No, not quite the mental image I had of the characters in mind, but again, that's about 2 decades old, so take it with a thimbleful of salt, I do suppose. Maybe we'll look into it a little bit. It comes out sometime this month alongside Cowboy Bebop. Oh boy. I am gonna be a busy boy, aren't I? And amusingly enough, I considered doing a video on the trailer, but there's so little in it. All I can really say from the trailer is that so far, Jet, the race swap, is by far my most popular character, my favorite character, because he seems to be the only one who gives a shit and has a little bit of fun with his role. Anywho, until next time, as always, I have been Arch, and if you liked the video, please do consider leaving a like for the algorithmic gods and a comment down below. Have a good day.